hold on tight.
Nobody here? Is nobody here? Oh, here's the other list. For stumps.
We could put that on the sign where we stump capital or World Town. We might bring somebody.
So we got everybody here. Okay, I would like to put the meeting for Streets and Park Committee to order. Roll call, please.
Michael Bimmer.
Here.
Jennifer Lemke. Here. Adam Turnbull.
Here,
Kelly Schmidt. And Eric.
Okay, first order of business is Baldwin Street tree removal.
So, I guess, what do you guys wanna do with that?
That was Ernie and then over up here at the board meeting.
Yep.
The trees,
So where was
that
it
tree
left?
smoked.
Where was it left? What was the discussion? You guys were up there, someone was up there all looking at that tree after the meeting.
Yeah, I didn't go up and look at the tree, and I know exactly what it looks like, it's better, you know. I guess, you know, I gave him ample time. Says 14 days, he called me, talked to me, okay. Gave him July 1st, and then he came and appealed it informally. And it's supposed to go to the board meeting, right? Tuesday night, it should go to the board for the final
they have to make
decision
an
on the
actual
appeal.
Is that what you think that was when they came? Was that their appeal?
I would.
I think that has to be like an official.
I mean, the fact of the matter is, the thing is, like, it just keeps on falling apart. Like, Friday night, there's a big chunk laying in the road again. There's been complaints. There's been
From the neighbors.
big chunks that have been falling out of it. So,
It's in a bad spot.
yeah, I mean, there's actually kids that play outside, and they play directly under that tree. So, I don't wanna,
I think this is
You know.
a case where, this is exactly the case where we back him when he says,
right,
this is gone.
And
This has to go. We have to
they've had
enforce
ample
it.
warning.
right. I mean, last year we had one over on Ballard, at directly over a school bus stop. We were able to get that one down,
I remember that one.
you know. So, I think I have all the faith in the world. There is not a reputable arborist, tree guy, or anybody that'll say that's a healthy tree. So,
I agree with you. I'm not arguing. Don't
No,
be looking at me.
unfortunately, if they would have done it 2 weeks ago, there wouldn't have been as much business out there, but now there's a lot of people need tree work. So, I
Yeah,
think,
where's that dead one or textbook? Cause I know money was a huge issue for them, wasn't it?
I'm not sure. You sent a copy of the ordinance with it, right?
correct.
So it
Yeah.
should be.
The initial letter I sent was on the 29th of April. And, I spoke to him a couple weeks after that. And then in, early May, a big chunk fell out, mid-May, another chunk fell out, and then Friday night, a big chunk fell out. So, coming down.
Wind didn't blow hard enough during that storm to take it down.
Correct, I mean, that,
Well, it's a good thing, cause what if it had come on the house, you know? Isn't that the same, is that the same house that had a tree fall on the roof and had a big old
Yep.
hole
Yep.
for a while?
I guess the only thing that I'm concerned about is whether or not we can call that public comment an actual appeal. I don't know if they need to do an official, like, to get on the board agenda.
Yeah,
Because
cause that's a lot of gray area.
Well, I
Yeah.
don't
Yeah,
know
because you
that
couldn't talk to them.
at this point.
Right, we
there
couldn't
is
talk to
no-
them.
They talked to Eric.
They talked to Eric after the meeting, but the ordinance says that they can appeal to the village board.
But they haven't, that's on them, that's not on us, I say we, you know, it should be
Unless
enforced.
they appeal at the next meeting,
Right,
when the citizen comment section,
Right.
which they can.
Right.
I
but
doubt
they
will.
haven't taken it to that step at this point, so.
Right. Cause they did somewhat of an appeal a month ago. or
Right,
whatever
it was sort of, I agree with that.
Yeah, a tree's junk. And it's unsafe. And they know about it.
So with all that being said, what do you tell them?
Well, we need to put it on the
I can-
agenda
I can get on the radar of a tree guy
and look at it.
and I doubt he'll be able to take it down before the board meeting, but, you know,
If they are, and I don't know their situation personally, but if they are in a dire straits where they cannot afford this, like, is there any sort of an apparatus within our government to say, let's get it down, pay the village whatever, rather than going on their taxes? Is there any sort of process like that, or is that just, am I being too compassionate and too nice?
I'll put them on a payment plan.
Yeah.
Certain things you can special assess, but it's a process.
Right.
I don't know, I suppose you could work
Would it-
something out
would
with
it
them.
fall under the same situation like a sidewalk? When the
Yeah,
sidewalks get
Yeah,
done,
And those under what, 3 years, 4 years?
yeah, they're
if
over,
if you were to work out something like that without it being formal, I would ask Brad Lockowitz if we could do that, but be kind of like a deferred water payment.
Right.
You sign a contract, you agree to pay
Yeah,
this
and then
amount
if you default, then it just goes on
in
your
your
taxes.
taxes, yeah.
Like I said, I don't know. Everybody you talk to, that when you come up with a large expense, I'm sure everybody tries to put it off as long as they can, even if they have the money.
right,
I'm one of them.
But I don't, if somebody really is truly struggling, I don't wanna be the village that says all this for a tree,
right.
We got some $2,000 tree,
Probably,
2,500 with stump,
probably.
Brockman's guessing.
Is that gonna, when you take the stump out, is that gonna cause any damage to the road or sidewalk right there?
It shouldn't, if it's not already damaged, it
Yeah.
shouldn't.
Oh, from the roots or whatever.
Yeah. I mean, they'll crib up the sidewalk or something if they have to, or put tires down or whatever to save the sidewalk. But once it's down, they'll grind it, be gone.
So I think it needs to go to the
You see
board
why
for
I get so
removal.
confused?
But then I think if we're doing it as an informal discussion about paying for it, does that need to go to the board also, or
That's what Brad does, isn't it?
that's go back?
I'd have to ask him first if we
I
can do
mean,
that.
in the meantime, ultimately it has to
It's
come
gotta
down
go
like
down, yeah.
sooner than later because it's living on borrowed time.
Right. One more storm, it's
I
most likely.
don't necessarily think we have to figure out how it's gonna get paid for,
Right,
We just
because if
wanna-
you take it down, we're gonna pay for it, how we're gonna get paid back for it.
right.
If it's an emergency, it needs to come down.
Right, needs to just be enforced at this point, you've given them.
Yeah.
You said April 29th was the first,
Yeah, we're
Yeah.
July
That was the
7th.
first contact with, like, the letter went out.
And they were at last month's board meeting.
Yeah, so they'd already missed their,
The
Yeah,
14
it's
days.
been a while.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think we should take it down. That's my opinion.
if you could get somebody.
Right.
Well, hey, probably 2 weeks.
I think Tyler can swing in here and get it down
Oh, Sonder.
pretty soon, yeah.
Yeah.
He's pretty loyal to taking care of people here,
And he's good.
and he's good. So,
So do we need to move to take the tree down, or do we need to move to send it to the board for the board to approve to take the tree down?
it's already a done deal
Yeah,
as far as.
tree
To me, I think you
Why
can
we
just
keep
go ahead and do
delaying
it.
Just go
you
do
know.
it, okay, sounds good.
Yeah, I would take the tree down.
if they appeal, then it goes to the board.
Well, then it, yeah. I think money was the main deal,
That's the way it sounded to me.
and they're trying to tell us it was good. It's not good. I drove by it the other day.
Yeah.
Alright, so we take the tree down. Tree ordinance changes. Pretty much.
You okay with it?
I am.
I think that was
You're just cleaning up an ordinance.
just trying to clean it up and make it have a little more substance for, now going forward, once that gets changed, everybody will know that trees have to come down to the ground.
Yeah, we won't have all those questions.
I agree with, I think that's pretty obvious when you say take the tree down, that's just, that's pretty obvious. As far as removing the permits, I'm all about not having permits for trimming trees, I think that's crazy, but is there a permit needed if you wanna take down a tree? I mean, would a homeowner ever try to take down a tree themselves, or?
I don't think we have a permit process for removing trees here. We had discussed about adding a permit process for planting trees, but I don't think there's anything in there that says we have permits to take it down. Because I had talked to Chief Brad about that, because in Fontana, any tree over like 20 inches, you have to get a permit to take it down.
I think Delvin Township too, don't you, on the lake?
I don't know, maybe.
So like, I don't
I'm
think
just thinking, cause felling the tree or whatever they call it is a dangerous thing, so
it is.
you wouldn't want a homeowner trying to do that themselves and drop it on someone's house, But I think you should be able to trim your trees.
This is pretty funny reels. Watch.
I just keep thinking, like, I can just see Bruce, if he wanted to go out and cut a tree, he's gonna go out and cut a tree, he's not gonna wait for the board meeting to get a,
Yeah.
okay.
Right,
Quite a few
yeah,
people like that.
that's part of your maintenance, that you, it's like mowing your lawn, trimming your trees,
Yeah.
But I do think, and it's not anything for this meeting, but I do think at some point, and Eric and I have talked about this, we're getting to a point where we're starting to lose a lot of our old growth trees. And we need to kind of probably start forming a plan on how we're going to make sure that we don't turn into like a barren landscape area. Because at some point, they're all gonna go, so you'd rather have something coming up behind
Eric
it.
just said that's what South Shore Drive looks like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
over Delvin.
I was
They're
down
gone.
It's bad,
Yeah.
it's bad.
That's difficult, I mean, you can encourage people to plant a tree, but you can't force people to plant a tree.
You can, as a village, we could make a tree plan. In fact, Harvard right now, they have a tree board. And they actually just got a grant, and they're talking about planting, like terrace trees, and they're talking about planting new trees in their park, and they're going gangbusters down there about this tree thing, and it's great, because there's even examples like the village purchases trees, and then residents sign contracts to take care of them and things like that, and it's great for community involvement, and it also then will also keep your village from.
But you're talking terraces and parks, not personal
No,
property.
you can plant. They give out trees for you to
Right.
plant in your own yard
If you would like.
if you would like. You have to sign like a 3 year.
You would not like, you know what I mean, I mean, it's your property.
Well, right. Nobody's gonna force you to plant a tree.
Right,
You're right.
so I say you can encourage.
Why wouldn't anybody want to plant a tree?
That's what I
What was
said.
that?
Why wouldn't anybody
Tree
want to
City
plant a
though?
tree?
They are a tree city
In
now.
their backyard.
Because they've got-
They've
They've gotten a grant like the last 3 years.
That's
Which
why
you
we
can
never had a
for Tree
pool.
City.
Yeah.
I think they have ComEd. I
Yeah.
think that's who does theirs, but Alliant does.
We have Alliant, and
Alliant does a tree. thing too.
Tree City has some sort of a like affiliate program or something. And then like we have like 3 organizations in Wisconsin that do trees and other plantings that once you're a member of like Tree City, you kind of get opened up to them. So obviously it's not something that's pressing right at the moment, but I think it needs to be on the radar.
You put it out there. Yeah, tree ordinance changes.
I did notice when I'm walking, there are a lot of sidewalks down, I don't know if it's Nelson, where the sidewalk goes like this, and clearly there were trees there at one point in time.
Yeah, it was on Walrus
Are
too.
you opposed to ever putting a tree where the sidewalk?
I'm
Those-
not opposed.
That's where the terrace tree conversation comes in.
Yeah, Walrus Street still has the trees there. get a motion to adjourn?
I'll make a motion to adjourn.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Yeah, that'd be